throughout her life maintained free from sin. She was immaculately conceived, which means that she was conceived by the Holy Spirit, so that her own nature, her mother was, let me quote you correctly, her mother, Anne, yes, conceived Mary without the stain of original sin, if I have it correctly.
She was free from all sin, original and personal.
Oh, yes.
Keep going.
That she is assumed into heaven bodily, parallels the resurrection of Christ. So the Immaculate Conception parallels the virgin birth. The perpetual virginity, free of actual sin, parallels the sinlessness of Christ during his earthly life. The bodily assumption into heaven parallels the resurrection of Jesus Christ. The Queen of Heaven parallels Christ as King of the universe. Mediatrix of all graces parallels Christ as mediator, and co-redemptrix of the universe participates with him in the redemption of mankind. All of these have raised her step by step to the place where Pope Pius XII, in the Marian year in which he proclaimed the Assumption of Mary, said, "Enraptured by the splendor of your heavenly beauty and impelled by the anxiety of the world, we cast ourselves into your arms, O Immaculate Mother of Jesus, and our mother, Mary. God crowned you Queen of the universe. O crystal fountain of faith, bathe our minds with eternal truths. O fragrant lily of all holiness, captivate our hearts with your heavenly perfume. O conqueress of evil and death, inspire in us a deep horror of sin. O well-beloved of God, hear the ardent cries which rise from every heart in this year dedicated to you. Convert the wicked. Dry the tears of the afflicted and the oppressed. Comfort the poor and the humble. Quench hatred. Sweeten harshness. In your name, resounding harmoniously in heaven, may they recognize they are all brothers. And finally, happy with you, we may repeat before your throne that hymn which is sung today around your altars. You are all beautiful, O Mary. You are the glory. You are the joy. You are the honor of our people." Sorry about that. She is not the crystal fountain of faith. Jesus Christ is the author and finisher of faith. She is not the glory and joy and honor of Christians. Jesus Christ is our glory. In him is the hope of glory. Christ is the one we honor, and it's pretty obvious just from reading throughout the prayer that titles are conferred upon her which belong to God. Convert the wicked and dry the tears of the afflicted is the job of the Holy Spirit, who convinces the world of sin and of righteousness and judgment. It is the comfort that she is giving, allegedly, that is the very reason Jesus sent the Holy Spirit, which was to be our comforter. Now, giving Mary all her due right, all the position she is entitled to, she is not our life, our sweetness, and our hope. And that we have to confess in the Catholic Church, in which we say, our life, our sweetness, and our hope, to thee we cry, poor banished children of Eve. Now, Mary is not our life. Jesus Christ is our life. She is not the sweetness of our life. He is the sweetness of our life. She certainly isn't our hope, because Christ in you is the hope of glory. What I'm objecting to, from a biblical perspective, is that the Mary of the Bible is not the Mary of Catholic theology. We have now developed what Bishop Strossmayer said in 1870. We have made a goddess of the Virgin Mary, close quote. Now, that, I think, is what probably upsets Protestants more than any other thing, apart from the infallibility of the papacy, which is the idea that Mary, a mere creature created by God, is paralleled in Catholic theology dogmatically with Christ himself. So that Cardinal Spellman in New York wrote, "O Mary, gate of heaven, none shall enter in except through thee." Sorry about that. Sorry. I am the way, the truth, and the life. I am the door of the sheepfold. I am the gate. By me, if any man enters in, he shall be saved. What we see in Catholic theology is the blasphemy of attaching to a woman, even her high position, the titles and position and offices of God. And that's why I feel very strongly
Okay.
that we must deal with it
Brother
as
Paco, come on back
biblical
the other way.
theology.
I'll need...
Do you agree or disagree, first of all?
Oh. I would hope that, you don't come too close to blaspheming some of this too, against the Mother of God. There are a lot of things, and there's a lot of points to try to deal with, and I won't be able to remember all of them, so...
We'll go over again.
Yeah, yeah. First of all, the titles of Mary are titles that did definitely develop, and in no way do we deny that. But they developed in the councils because of defining who Christ is. To call her the Mother of God is essential for the faith, because otherwise it's to say that Jesus, God and man, is not God.
As long as we all understand what we mean.
That is the point of calling her the Mother of God.
Right.
To call her simply the Mother of Christ is as if to separate Christ's divinity from his humanity. And that cannot be done by anybody orthodox. You have to call Jesus God and man from the moment of his conception and at no other moment beyond that. And therefore, from that moment on, she is the Mother of God. And and the councils that defined her as Mother of God did it because of trying to protect our understanding that Jesus is God from the moment of his conception and not 1 second later.
I don't see any problem with that statement. Maybe Walter does. I did the Greek on that myself. And, well, if you're saying that she is the one that produced God.
No, and Catholic Church never taught that.
But it sounds like that, doesn't it?
No, that is only what people who teach heresy would teach.
But
because the Catholic Church never teaches that a human creature can ever produce divinity. She's the mother of Jesus Christ, God and man, and therefore the mother of God, because Jesus is God.
It's based on a false syllogism. I was taught Jesus is God, Mary is the mother of Jesus, therefore Mary is the mother of God. You were too. All right, let's take that syllogism and apply it. God is Trinity.
Yeah.
Mary is the mother of God. Mary is the mother of the Trinity. The same logic holds and is devastating. She is the mother of God the Son, second person of the Trinity. God in human flesh. She gave him a human nature.
But also...
Period.
But not period. We never have said that she's the mother of the Trinity.
I know that. I'm just trying to show that the syllogism which we have, which leads us to the conclusion that she's the mother of God,
only if you take it to the point of heresy. And that is never taken to that point.
Well, see,
and such a point would be...
It is heresy to say she is the mother of God.